Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and it is Finish It Friday. And my goal by the end of this weekend is to have the bee journals completely finished, and not one, but 3 tubs of stuff used up or condensed down into one small one. We'll see what happens. So I thought I'd start with where I'm at with this. This is a tub of miscellaneous stuff that I can dig through, mostly fibers that I can put to use in the 3 journals that I'm making. Remember, I'm making 3. Initially, it was supposed to be 1 for me, 1 for my friend Gregg, and 1 for the artist who did the artwork for his book, Biron the Bee. So, she wasn't comfortable with sharing an address with me, so that means I'm going to have 1 bee journal for sale. So this is all the stuff, miscellaneous stuff, because when I put these together, I divided everything out into 3 journals and have been making serious progress. But now's the time to get them done. So we have miscellaneous here. Then I have these 2 ribbons. They were added later. They were from that church rummage sale that Bob and I went to a couple of months ago. And now I have black and yellow velvet ribbon to use. Cool. I'm going to go back up here in a minute. Let's back up. This is stuff that either is stuff that can be made into embellishments, such as the beads, the buttons, the tickets, all these bee charms. And I'm going to come in here just a minute. Look at all the bee stuff. I have been collecting bee stuff for a couple of years because I knew I was going to make these. But we have these honeycomb charms. I got these off of Amazon, and anything that's still available I will link in the description box below. So we have those. Have this bee charm that my sister Donna gifted me, and then there's this one. Now this one is unique. I'm going to put this one in my journal. I got this from Maddie at Spectrum Art Creations. The bee butt locks, so it's your closure for the journal. How cool is that? Then I have some miscellaneous stuff that we've made in past videos, tags from a masterboard, this pocket. So we have that stuff. Then I have more bee charms. These were from Stampin Up. Lots of these charms. Then I have the whale tails that I had punched out. Now these were made using the punch. I had since gotten that die set from Maddie that does these in 3 different sizes. So I'm going to be punching more whale tails in the 3 different sizes for various things in the journal. Then I have my yellow Easter egg dyed tickets. Then I have my seed beads in yellows and black for the charms. I still don't know where this stuff came from, but I absolutely love it. If you know where I can get more of this honeycomb textured paper, I would love to know. And then my notepad, be the bee, make the honey. All the buttons, bee brads, and these are so cute. I ordered these from Maddie. They are actually from the Eyelet Outlet, but she buys wholesale and I get them at a much better price through Maddie. So they're little teeny tiny brad beads. Okay, now, paint chips. Have a gazillion of these. So I'm going to try to remember to embellish these and use these as tags for this journal. So I've got pre-made tag shapes. I just need to make them pretty. Okay, the fabric, this is what I'm using on the covers, and you'll see my cover done here in just a bit. Almost done. So I'll show you this. Then for papers, I have this 49 and Market pad that I got from Maddie. And then I have the journaling pack. It was from HoneyBee Home from Stampin Up. So I have the 4x6 and the 3x4 cards. Then I have my silverware packets that make great pockets. They also work great as in a signature, and then you can open both ends and have tag pockets from either end in your signature. Then I have these napkins. These 2 I know I got from Maddie at Spectrum Art Creations. The others I can't be sure. I know I just picked them up along the way. Now, let's go back up here. These are Stampin' Up sets. I believe they're all retired, but if there's any of them available, I will link them in the description box. But each set comes with a matching die. So I have HoneyBee Home, I have Cottage Rose, I have Nature's Harvest. This one may be one that's still available. And Blessings of Home. Now the Blessings of Home is where these dies came, or these doilies came from. And I ordered like 3 or 4 packets, so I'd have enough to use in all kinds of stuff. And then these, I forgot to show, what a glare. These honeycomb 4x6, these were part of the Project Lifestyle cards. Okay, now, I'm going to ask Bob to give me a hand for a minute, because he's going to tilt baskets. These 2 baskets, each basket is holds a journal front and the embellishments for that journal that I have done so far. So they are already set up. All I have to do is put them together. And I'm going to pull out one envelope. Actually, it'd be easier, Bob, if you will pull out the manila envelope, either one of them, from either basket, please. Yep, thank you. This is what we're using for the cover. So these albums are soft covered. I already have them cut. I just need to add the fabric. So I'm going to try and get those glued tomorrow so that Saturday I can sew everything and then get everything put together, because one of these, the one for Gregg, has to go with me when I leave on my trip on Monday. So I have those. Now, here's where we are, where I'm at with my journal. I have my journal here. Now, the only thing is I had pre-done this video and then didn't like it. I had stitched in the signature, but this has to come out. I had the signatures in there because I need to stitch around the perimeter of the cover first in a black thread. So, and that's where I had stalled before. I didn't have a spot to use my sewing machine. Couldn't get to my sewing machine, so that's why this stalled out almost 2 years ago. Well, I can get to my sewing machine now. So we're going to get these puppies stitched up and finished. Now, in each of those baskets, there are elements for each journal, starting with a tassel here. And I have included ribbons of all the different types of ribbons except the pom-pom trim that I'm using in the journals. And then there is one of those honeycomb charms at the top. And I thought I had added a bee down in here somewhere. If not, I will be going back and adding, there they are, adding bees to within the tassel. There we go. So I've got a bee in the tassel, and these, look at how pretty those are. So each journal already has the tassel done, and each journal already has these elements done. We have the dyed die-cut pocket from Stampin' Up. We have a flower from a lace panel. We have this daisy from a curtain panel that Terry Ginger Crafts and I found at a thrift store when she was here 2 years ago. These are from the Graphic 45 paper line, Let It Be. And so I think this is going to be the cover. And I got the little wobbler on that flower there. Each one has a shaker paper clip that I made with packaging and the Bee Home papers. And then some of the bees and honeycombs and stuff are inside there. Each one has this wrapped paper clip with the bee and bead charm. Everything has some of the tags. Each one has this wrapping from a coneflower seed pot from Dollar Tree. They all have pom-pom trim. Brain just went dead. I've not had breakfast, but I have had coffee. Okay, so then we'll open this up, and they're all going to look the same. They all have the fabric around the outside. They have a pocket in the front for extra stuff, and then they're lined with the Bee Home papers from Stampin' Up. And I'm trying to flip here, and I can't get a hold of it. There we go. So I've already started putting some things in. Let me lay this up in the middle of the table. already started putting some things in. So here's one of the pockets that we made. Here's one of the whale tails. Here is that Crackle paste, honeycomb and bee, excuse me, that I wasn't sure I wanted to keep on here because it's so heavy, but I added weight to the back by adding this fabric flip and then a sentiment underneath. You are positively the greatest. Gregg is always telling me that. He's such a sweetie. And then we have the ribbon ruffle with the flower and a button. We have a pocket here. We have an upper tuck here. There's some of that brown stuff that I absolutely love. And I took and I punched out, I'm going to come in here closer. I embossed a piece of the bumblebee paper from Stampin' Up. And I used this honeycomb to emboss it and then cut it around. So the bee is in the honeycomb and it almost looks like a flower as well as the honeycomb itself. Okay, so then we've got a pocket there. And then this comes out, and this is one of those bags from Stampin' Up. So we have a bag for the place to put stuff in a pocket. The bee fabric that I have was turned into a ruffle. This is the gnome napkin from Maddie. Music paper, because you know, music, bees, buzz, makes noise, was a perfect set for this journal. And then there's some of the, I found this sunflower fabric at a quilt store, and it matches the Graphic 45 Let It Be paper line. And then we have a black whale tail tab. I'm going to go this way. And then we have this, and this is when it stays open. This is on a brown packaging paper from Spectrum Arts in my packaging. And then we have a pocket here. There's a big bee die cut. This is from Stampin' Up. And more of the paper. This is a napkin, flip open. And then we have a waterfall note space there for journaling. I have this specimen slide with a bee. And this is another flip with another sentiment underneath. Gregg is great with always posting encouraging things on his Instagram and his Twitter. So then we have another bee here. This was made from and I'll link the video down below where we took card sketches to make the embellishments for this journal. Okay, and then the center of the signature is this quilting panel, Busy Bee. And I just noticed these almost look lavender or bluish in the camera, but they really are all black. There is no blue in that whatsoever. And then you've got the little crowns for the queen bee. And look at her in the center there. So then it just kind of duplicates all the way through. I have other stuff I'm still adding. This was one of the belly bands that we did. And I believe there's a bee journal playlist. And if there is, that's how I'll link everything. I have this butterfly from Tim Holtz. Journaling spot that goes in that belly band. Another big button with a little bit of bling from Dollar Tree. And I've just used the fabric trims, more pockets. So I've got the pockets to fill. Here's the bottom piece of that other Crackle piece. Just more of the honeycomb with a flower in it. And I will look and see, and I will also link that stencil that I used, as well as the Stamperia. What I used was the Stamperia Crackle paste. I love it. It is the best Crackle paste I have ever found. And I just mixed a little gold acrylic with it. Here's this belly band. I just made it as a flat belly band and put a tag tuck in there. Black lace. I gotta have my black lace. It's important. And then in the back, I'm gonna put a pocket back here that will hold stuff as well as my information card. So that's where we're at with this bee journal thing. They will be finished and out of the way this weekend. My next journal that I'm going to be working on is the sailing journal for Jason. And I will link his information video down in the description box below. And so you can see why he's all about sailing. So I want to make that journal for him. And there's going to be a lot of things from Spectrum Art Creations that I use in that journal as well, because I've been collecting a lot of papers. In fact, Tuesday is a Tag Tuesday, and I'm going to be making a tag or two for Maddie's, for Spectrum Art Creations and Friends Facebook group Nautical Challenge, so that I will be starting to have some of the things that I need for Jason's journal. So that's going to do it for me in the studio today. I will be back here tomorrow with the Saturday, and I think we're probably going to make something using that nautical stuff, because I'm down to the wire, and in fact I've got to have stuff posted before I leave Monday on whatever challenges I'm going to enter. So that's going to be my Saturday video. So I will see you back here tomorrow for Sack Saturday. Come see what we play with, and bring stuff along. Play along while we're talking. And I'll see you then. In the meantime, remember to like, to share, subscribe, and create blessings.